Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. This match was a stage for giants. The moment the whistle blew, only one question lingered in the air. Whose day would it be? The game began with palpable tension, unfolding like a high-speed chess match. Led by Neymar, Brazil appeared both composed and menacing. Argentina, on the other hand, lacked cohesion. A gaping void in their midfield left them vulnerable, a weakness Neymar was perfectly positioned to exploit. Then, in the 23rd minute, Brazil struck first. A powerful free kick caught the Argentine defense completely off guard. The ball fell to Romulo, who brought it under control, rounded the goalkeeper, and slotted it home. Brazil took a 1-0 lead. The Argentine players appealed for offside, but the referee ruled otherwise. For a fleeting moment, the stadium, a sea of yellow and blue, seemed to tilt entirely in Brazil's favor. The pundits were poised to pen their narratives. It felt like a replay of that familiar old story, a marquee match. And Argentina already trailing. The hero had been challenged. How would he respond? The world did not have to wait long to find out. Brazil's lead lasted a mere 8 minutes. For when you challenge Lionel Messi, you must be prepared for anything. Hit began with a Brazilian error, but the Argentine players seized the opportunity with electrifying zeal. Gonzalo Higuain dropped deep to win the ball, immediately lifting his head to survey the field. He spotted a run, a flash of blue and white moving faster than thought itself. He threaded a pass forward. The entire world held its breath as the one-on-one confrontation with the goalkeeper unfolded. Yet, for Messi, it was a moment of absolute serenity. He didn't blast the ball with brute force. He didn't resort to any feints. With a mere touch of his left foot, he simply guided the ball into the corner of the net, leveling the score at 1-1. It was a devastatingly clinical finish. Just 3 minutes later, he did it again. Then, Angel Di Maria delivered a magnificent pass that tore through the Brazilian defense. Once again, Messi found himself in a prime scoring position. Brazil's goalkeeper, Rafael Cabral, rushed off his line in an attempt to thwart him, but it was to no avail. With a single touch, Messi effortlessly rounded the goalkeeper, and with a second touch, he gently nudged the ball into the empty net. In the blink of an eye, the team that had been trailing 1-0 was now leading 2-1. Suddenly, all the questions surrounding his performance for the national team seemed utterly ridiculous. He wasn't just playing, he was dictating the game. No one becomes a legend when everything comes easy. And just when it seemed Messi had taken complete control of the match, Brazil roared back. In the 56th minute, Brazil produced a magical moment of their own, executing a superb 1-2 move at the edge of the box. Oscar surged forward, rounded the goalkeeper, and slotted the ball into the net. The score stood at 2-2. The game was level once again. Tense excitement hung heavy in the air. Then, in the 72nd minute, a fierce attack unfolded. Although the defenders managed to clear a corner kick, the ball traveled only as far as the edge of the box. And who was waiting there? The player known as the Hulk. He struck the ball with a powerful volley, a thunderous shot that rocketed into the net. Brazil took a 3-2 lead. The Brazilian players on the bench erupted in ecstasy. The Argentine players, on the other hand, were utterly devastated. It felt as though this was the final, decisive blow of the match. Despite Messi's brilliant performance, his team once again stood on the brink of defeat. It felt as though victory had been snatched right out of their hands. With less than 15 minutes remaining in the match, Argentina stood on the precipice of a heartbreaking defeat. Most players would have given up in such a situation, but this team and this player were not the type to quit. In the 76th minute, Argentina won a corner kick. Sergio Aguero, who had just entered the pitch as a substitute, delivered a superb ball into the box. Defender Federico Fernandez rose high and powered a header into the net. The score stood at 3-3. The entire stadium erupted in jubilation. This goal did not merely level the match, it completely transformed the atmosphere of the game. It provided our hero with one final opportunity to showcase yet another masterpiece of his craft. The score was tied, the clock was ticking down fast, and one player was about to do something that no one would ever forget. It began quite simply. Messi received the ball right inside the Brazilian half, along the right touchline. At that moment, there appeared to be no immediate danger, but then, he turned and began to run. This was no ordinary dribble. It was a powerful statement. The Brazilian defenders retreated, panic and fear clearly visible in their eyes. They knew what was coming, yet they were helpless. Marcelo, one of the world's finest left-backs, could not stop him. Messi cut inside, executing that signature, unstoppable run of his. It was possible. They were still 25 yards out from the goal. Passing the ball would have been the sensible option, but Messi is a player on a different level. He looked up and struck the ball with immense power. The shot was simply incredible, a commentator exclaimed. What an extraordinary goal by Lionel Messi, absolutely magnificent no matter who the goalkeeper was. You can't stop this. The ball rocketed off his left foot, taking an impossible curve before nestling straight into the top corner of the net. Argentina took a 4-3 lead. For a split second, the stadium fell silent. 82,000 spectators struggled to comprehend what they had just witnessed. Then, suddenly, the stadium erupted in jubilation. All the Argentine players rushed onto the pitch to celebrate the victory with their hero. It was his third goal, a memorable hat-trick against their greatest. The final whistle blew, signaling the end of a thrilling 4-3 victory, a match that would forever be remembered for the unparalleled brilliance of a single player. A brief scuffle broke out between the two teams, resulting in red cards for Ezequiel Lavezzi and Marcelo, an emotional conclusion to a magnificent game. After the match, Argentina's coach, Alejandro Sabella, simply remarked, "Thank God he's Argentine." For years, people had debated whether Messi could be as great for his country as he was for his club. On that day, he provided his answer. He completely outshone Brazil, scoring 3 spectacular goals, a calm and clinical finish, a brilliant run past the goalkeeper, and a magnificent long-range strike. This hat-trick was more than just a highlight reel moment. It was a sign of the leader emerging within him, the captain who would go on to lead his country in both the Copa America and the World Cup. That day in New Jersey served as a promise of the greatness he was destined to achieve, proving that he could conjure up magical moments that would live on forever. If you believe this was one of the greatest performances in football history, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this, and let us know in the comments what is your favorite Lionel Messi moment.